events will be focusing on, yeah, right. It will be focusing on teaching writing, tools, tips and tricks, strategies, skills, and techniques to help teachers teach the writing skill in a smooth and interesting way. Because, you know, people need that in our career, especially the most when it comes to writing. So this is Salma Al-Fei, and we have Dr. Nermeen as representatives of the professional development or professional writing special interest group of Nile TESOL. Welcome and hello to this event. Before I go long, I would like to let you get introduced to our very first guest, Mr. Mahmoud Mokhtar. I would like to welcome him. Yes, he's a CELTA certified teacher and a PTE trainer with 5 years of experience in teaching English. And also, he is an International House Cairo teacher, helping with the different learning programs that the IH provides. He's going to be talking about integrating technology in teaching writing, interestingly. And let's go to know more about that topic from him. Hello, it's great to have you, Mr. Mahmoud, and the floor is yours. Please take over.
Many thanks, Musamma. That was great. Thank you. I hope all of you doing well, having a very good time your weekend, and welcome everybody. And I can see some familiar people, familiar faces. That's really good. And well, as a note before we start, if you're watching on Facebook, you can interact as well. There'll be some ways to be interacting, whether you're watching all on Facebook streaming or within the session on Zoom. So if we get started, I'd like to ask you about what exactly do you expect from this session. Yeah, it will be about using technology in teaching writing. But in the chat box or the comments below, I'd like you to write just the numbers. You don't have to write the whole point. What things do you think we'll be covering for today? What is your expectation? And yeah, you can use the chat box or the comments if you were looking at the streaming on Facebook. All of them, okay. I'm just saying all of them. Well, yeah, I think. Okay, you can just type the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 instead of typing the whole thing. Okay. Some people writing just one thing, some people writing all things. Well, in fact, we'll be talking, okay. We'll be talking about almost all of them, but we need to edit one point, which is number 2. We'll be talking about one way, one approach for teaching writing. And I'd like to know more about your background in teaching writing. What age do you teach? You teaching adults, teenagers, young learners, and what are the challenges that you face when teaching writing? So we got some school teachers teaching young learners and adults as well, business English, academic. Okay, some adults, perfect. So we got a variety of teachers with a very different experience. Perfect. And if we're mentioning challenges, motivation, yes. I think motivation is one of the things that it's a bit challenging for teachers to keep their students at least focused, even if they started the task. But sometimes you struggle having them into the task and start doing it, writing. Okay. Stephanie mentions it's a list. Okay, plagiarism is yes. It's something common. It's something common to be used, or yeah, something we need to work on as well. Grading, okay. Yeah, grading might come in the area of assessing the writing. Good. Thank you. That's really good. Okay. Well, if so, so before you start writing, I think now we agreed on one of the areas that we have some challenge in is motivating students to write. So we have stages or procedures to go through in any writing session. So I'd like you to write on Padlet. Writing, you need to write a task and procedures. What would you do out of your experience, out of your knowledge, using technology or ideas? You don't have to be like experienced in using technology in teaching writing, but if you have ideas or any experience, I want you to write. I will send you the link in the chat box. If you're using Zoom, you can use the barcode. If you use your mobile phone, the camera, you can screen this barcode and go to the link where I want you to write some procedures for a writing task that focus on using technology to fix any problem, any writing problem for your students. One more time, if you're watching on Facebook, you can use this barcode to go to the page or the web page to start writing some procedures about fixing a student problem in writing, or the link in the chat box. If you write your name, that'll be better, so we can refer to it later on. You got 3 to 5 minutes, so we get something out as a product writing. Good. You can see 2 or 3 people start to write. That's good. I hope it's not challenging to use this barcode. I tried to use it before the session twice. It worked. I'd like even to have some confirmation from you that's working and it's not difficult to use. Good, thank you. Perfect. Good, perfect. Okay. Well, that's good. Okay. You still have the opportunity to write. You still have the chance to write more and more during the session if you have any ideas, any floats of ideas. Okay. Some mentioning using flashcards, spell checkers. That's really good. Yeah. And it's been even some add-on you can add to Google, Microsoft Office, so you can check your writing as well. Mrs. Spellings that work as well. Perfect. Checklist and rubrics for evaluation. Well, that's good. We might focus on this later on. It's an idea coming for that. Perfect. Well, it's fine if you didn't finish. You still can continue. If you're about to finish, that's fine. Then if we go through editing some of things that you've done for the moment, what tends we, let's say, what tends we use as teachers when we're writing procedures of any task? You can answer in the chat box, comments. What is the tense that's usually used when writing procedures? Okay. Stefan is asking if it's imperative, simple, present, future. Okay. Well, I would say yes, simple present. So when we're writing a procedure, we use simple present, and this is the one we mainly depend on in writing the procedures. And are we going to write these procedures in bullet points or as a paragraph? Okay, yes. Thank you. Yes, it is bullet points. So perfect. So yes, when we're writing, we use simple present tense and bullet points. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, not 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's a bullet points. Not numbering the stages. Well, that's perfect. So now I need you to arrange. Set these steps in order. You can write it. You can order the alphabet, which comes first in staging, the logical order for a writing session. What comes first? I think some of you already mentioned in a previous stage that, yeah, we need first to start with motivating students. So yes, this comes first. Good. Now I need you to continue writing the whole thing. So we start with 5, then, or you can use the E. So E, okay. Good, good. Thank you. Well, I think some of you got it right. So yes, works for A, B, D, C, A. Afifa Ahmed got it. Thank you. Perfect. Maybe the rest as well. Yeah. Okay. So this is the normal staging we'll be going through for the moment or for this session. So we start looking at some tools that's used for motivation, and then organizing ideas, producing first draft, reviewing, editing, and then giving feedback. Okay, let's start. I think I'll stop the sharing and then share. Yeah, I'd like before we go for this, what tools do you know or have you ever used before to motivate students to write? Because in the age of using technology, it's becoming a must to use tools, especially if you're teaching online, and sometimes even for face-to-face classes. Collaborate on writing using some electronic or online boards. Perfect. Okay. So they get motivated using like group work. They work together. That's good. Starting with a video. Padlet and Jamboard. Perfect. Good. It could be. Yes. Zoom whiteboard, Google Docs, My Maps. Okay. Well, I can read some perfect ideas, but they might need to be sorted or arranged according to which stage. Well, I feel that the motivation or the thing that motivates students is the product. So after they finish writing, they have something to present. They have something to speak about. They have something to say, this is my work, or this is our work as a group. So I would say having journal or blog or Facebook page or group. So when they can cooperate together, have it online, published, that would be a good idea. So they feel even valued and heard of. So people interact with them. So my writing is not just for the class and that's it. I would like to spot mistakes and comment on them, and that's it. But it's more valuable and people listen to them, listen to my opinion, and interact with me, giving their opinion back, and then we interact about it, not just in the class, but maybe outside. Or if you're having school, so grades might be different, different classes might be in one Facebook group, and then if it's one writing task for the whole class, so that can be interactive as well. This is one more. I like this tool so much. I'll stop sharing, I think, and then share my web browser. Yes. if we look in here, this tool, Right Reader, is very good one. It's almost gives you a lot of options for before you upgrade. These are books you can write. So students can work cooperatively writing books or having comics or whatever. And it doesn't take that much effort to create the things because it's easy as that. This is a book I've just done in it's like I started 1 or 2 pages as an example. So you can name it, write your name, have a cover, and then you can integrate audio. One day, there was a father. He loved his daughter so much. So this is 1 page. You can add more, and the options there are really good. So you can add pages from here, comments, and so on, integrate audio, pictures, videos, and lots of stuff. This is 1 tool. It can be used for kids, more suitable. And if you're using, sometimes you can use it for adults, that's fine as well. For adults as well, that thing is really good. It's called Book Creator. It can be used as comics. So you're using it to have some emojis. I think the same idea as well with having a book as a product. If we look at what I've done, you know, that trend about some wives killing their husbands, that was a writing task. That was my writing task. Now I felt motivated when I'm preparing for the session. So why don't I as a teacher have some like electronic book that I can add some and edit and develop some writing tasks for my students. So there was a class about polite request and offering help because it seems that the husband is somehow frightened and even is offering help whenever possible and if it's not needed. So yeah, you can add a target language in here, giving them idea about the dialogue, and then they start continuing adding to this. It depends on your students' level. So you can give them some prompts to use and so on. You can edit as it is. You can add some comics, media, record and insert on the slide, add some pictures, whatever the shapes. So things are really easy and you can just go through it. I would say the only difficulties or challenge here is ending the task or like finishing this first drafts stage, because they keep editing and editing, improving and improving. So in that case, I'll suggest that you just set time limit and that's it. Okay. Well, that was for motivating. So if you show your students this, I need a product like this one. So now, yeah, we can do it. Let's go for that. And if we get back to the slides. So yeah, that was Right Reader, the one we've talked about before. And the last one we've talked about is Book Creator. And that was for motivating students. If you go for the second step, which is organizing ideas. So now we'll be talking about this topic, that topic. Now we need to organize our ideas. What examples can you mention of organizing ideas, or how can you sort things and before you start writing? What tips and tricks, what things, what tools, what ideas do you tell your students to follow? Feel free to write in the chat box or in the comments. If you're watching on Facebook. My maps, to-do lists. Okay, perfect. So like check that, check this. If we've done that, good. Stephanie seems like he's mentioning an application called Miro. Is it an application, Stephanie? Whiteboards, okay. Diagrams, nice. You got some real nice ideas. Yeah, because these are some of the things that I prepared even for today. Yeah, so here are some ideas for organizing them. So yeah, we can go for mind maps, compare and contrast, cause and effect. Checklist even can be added for that. Ordering in a certain order, whether for the time or the sequence of things. So yeah, you arrange ideas. For such things, for such a stage, that I prepared some tools for that to be done online. The idea is you need to share the link with your students before you start your class. And here we go. So Public is one of them. It's basically only about mind maps. So if today we're talking about common writing mistakes, we can write in here, there, so it can be working comparatively. If I have your emails, I send you these, so we can all work together at the same time as a mind map. The application or website called Public. The next one is diagrams. The good thing I like about it is it asks you to link it with an online like cloud. So whatever you all do as a group, like when you give it to your students, so they start cooperating together, it's saved somewhere online, so you can always refer to it. So if you're going to create thing, you need to name it. And then choose out of lots of options, what diagram, what shape, what, let's say, is it about business? Is it charts, maps, whatever? So you choose what is suitable for your students, because if you're teaching business class, I think that would be, such a thing would be suitable for them. If it's like you're talking about the sequence of operation or something that you need to go through as an entire, okay, that's even the examples are related to business. So you can edit that, work together, and as easy as that. There is no that much technology that you need to know about. It's just editing. For sure, the more you know, the better. And you can insert some other things in here and there and so on. This is one more tool called Coggle. It's C-O-G-G-L-E, that you can add ideas here and there. You can integrate links, write icons, add or upload images and whatsoever. I think these tools are really helpful to provide evidence, visual aids. So they are not just sorting or arranging ideas, but it's also so beneficial when for different types of learners. And if we go back to the slide, so yeah, this is Public. The diagram tool told you about, you can use for business and whatever the sort of class you're having or the sort of writing. Then the last one was Coggle. And now, can you tell me what is the next step after? So we have 5 steps. We start with motivating our students, then organizing ideas. What is next? First draft. Yes, exactly. Writing the first draft. So can you tell me as well, what tool did we use writing in this session when we started? What tool did we use for the first draft? Padlet, exactly. Can we use it for editing? It's like we write, this is our first draft, then we go back to edit or to review. So yes, absolutely yes, you can use it after you write your first draft, and that's yes, Padlet. Now, then after the first draft, you get to talk to your students. Okay, you're giving them some comments, you're teaching them something. So that's before they go back to edit their writings. But I'll prefer, before you go for the first draft and your students write their ideas and they start writing tasks, do you prefer to send them directly to write online, or to have some notes as handwriting to write using their hands before they go online? What do you prefer? This is the option for sure if it's face-to-face classes, but if it's online, you get only one way, so they write online. Or sometimes that's fine as well. You can ask them to have a note beside them. They can write, or they go online. But I'd like to know, what's your opinion? Do you like to send them directly? Do you use online tools, or they need to sort their ideas first in a paper before they go online? What do you prefer? Okay. Yeah, triple handwriting. That's why they use technology. Or yeah. Okay. Okay. Stephanie himself has a better handwriting. Well, okay. On paper is somehow preferred by Afifa. Okay. Well, I would say somehow as a teacher, you need to take care of this to make your students write on paper, because you need to check their spelling, because sometimes some tools, when you write, it autocorrects everything. So yeah, if they're going for an exam or something to be assessed on, they need to know the correct spelling. So I would suggest that somewhere during your session, you need to ask your students to write using their hands and paper, pens, and so on, because yes, at least for checking their spelling. And as for the bad handwriting, I think it's something else we need to be careful about and highlight or put some lights on that. Well, so after your students go for the first draft, you tell them some information might be related to the language. So you're teaching them some information, some grammar, some vocabulary, whatever. You're telling them feedback on the content, the written, and maybe the format or the layout of the writing. Then now you told them, you give them some information. Now you send them back to the first draft. So this is what we're going to be doing now. Let's go back to the first draft. But before this, to have all things done, before going to the first draft, I want you to have information also about what tools you can use to assess online. For today, I'm not going to be talking about rubrics and like things to or grading your students' writings and so on, but I'll be talking about tools you can use to do this. First one is Loom. It's a website and a tool that you can add as extension to your Google Chrome browser. So basically, it's about video recording. So you can start recording. Your picture will be down there in here, somewhere in here, and then it will be interactive. They will see you talking once you start recording. It gives you a limit of 5 minutes. I think this is enough if you're giving feedback on a piece of writing. And once you start recording, you can have a document open. So it's actually record the screen. So you can choose in here whether to record the whole screen or something specific, only the camera, so it spots only you, the screen and camera, and so on. So you can have a Word of document that your students wrote something on, and then you start commenting on the writing. Save and send. Before you need to upgrade, you will have 25 videos on your storage. I think that would be even somehow good. If you feel that this tool is really beneficial, I would suggest upgrading, because sometimes they're really beneficial and they don't cost you that much, especially if you subscribe annually. Then, so that's Loom. The other one is called TechSmith. It's kind of the same idea as Loom as well. Not big difference. It's still the same thing, but with you need to download the application on your PC itself. It doesn't work directly online. You need to have it on your PC. Then this one is kind of similar to the previous two tools, but it's only recording the voice. Then you can insert it in any web page, Word document shared online. You can insert it in a PowerPoint presentation. You can just send it via email, and so on. You can download it and save it on your PC, and so on. Not really. Okay. For the moment, I want you to remember two things. First, the two questions we had in the beginning: what tense we use when we write the procedures of a task. Second thing, what format? So we use present simple and bullet points. And then when you go back to your activity, I want you to do two things. First, edit using the technology or whatever you think it's familiar with you or it can be applied within your context. Editing your previous task, or write one from the beginning if you recently joined. And on Padlet, let me share with you. Yes, on Padlet, you can adjust how your students rate. You know, the gallery walk we do by the end of the class for writing class, you can have it online as well. So the rating would do is out of 5. If your mate wrote using simple present, 1 star. If simple present and using technology, 3 stars. And using simple present bullet points technology, 5 stars. So edit your writing and rate your colleagues' writings. I will be showing the barcode again in here. So people or whoever watching on Facebook, you can basically easily scan it with your phone and go to the slide. Sorry. So edit using bullet points, sample present, and what tools did you like that you can use while you're teaching? Well, you can have your time doing this, and we're just trying to show you how it goes for that way. And maybe for the sake of the time, we go for the next step, which is here are some ideas or some extra tools that you can integrate also again. Well, first one would be, well, there is that innovative, creative teacher trainer called Nile TESOL. I attended a session for him a year or two ago in Nile TESOL, Nile TESOL 2020. And he had this interactive, creative, like he always used technology in teaching and create things even for this. So that was a web page that he used, a presentation that he created, and you can use it with however you want. Because let's say that you're asking your students to write a story, and based on what they're listening to. So for example, if we start like that way, and you keep using this or shifting things, and your students need to imagine what is happening, what is the story when they write, what is going on, and their imaginations like will be different from each other. Then they can share their imagination writing together. For sure, you can adjust and edit, develop your ideas to fit your class. But that was really interactive, and this is one of the tools that might keep your students interactive and motivated to start writing, especially when you customize it more and more about your students' needs. And one more thing is Cambridge Write and Improve website. This website is really beneficial. You can even advise your students using it for their like self-study, because it gives you the students like you tell them what level they are. Let me share with you. Yes. So there are some writing tasks for beginners, intermediate, advanced, business, and intermediate levels, and whatsoever. You just choose a task. The good thing about it is, this is the task. These are the areas that, or the points you need to work on or like cover in your writing. This is for students. This is the writing a student produced. Here are the comments or the feedback. And then if your students write using this a lot, there will be progress record on here. But it seems someone is happy using the technology, scratching or writing on the screen. Hopefully this is not to be continued anymore. And yeah, well, I need you to flash back and think about the procedures or what I've done with you through the beginning of the session till the moment. Can you please in the chat box write down the order of what I've done, what we all have done through this session? What did we start off? And then what comes after? So instead of writing the whole sentence, you can just write whether numbering A, B, C, D, and E, or write the order of A, B, C, D. You can use the chat box or the comments below if you're watching on Facebook. Okay, so start with C as a lead in. Good. Perfect. Well, yes, thank you, Stefania. I think, yeah, that's okay. Good. Well, so yeah, at first we started with, I asked you about the challenges you had to face when teaching writing, and that was a lead-in for the session. Then we started writing. Your first draft was like to design a task for your students. We moved on the general analysis. And the general analysis is where I told you about the tools and the format. And you can also, as a teacher with your class, comment on the language your students produce. So the general analysis is to comment about three things: the language of your students, the format of the writing, and the content of the writing. So for today, I've just commented on maybe the content and the format. After this, you send your students back to edit their writings, then feedback, you're giving them feedback on their writing, and this is even after the gallery walk. And the gallery walk online could be done through Padlet when you ask students to rate each other's writing products. But before this, you need to give them a rubric or things to follow. And that was when I introduced you to this starring system. Like 1 star for using simple present, 2 for using technology, and 3 for using 2 for using bullet points. Yes, and this is called the process approach. The process approach, these are the stages of it. For the moment, I think I've come to an end for today's session. I hope I added something for you. And I'd like to write in the chat box or in the comments below one thing I've learned in this session, as like sharing with each other. And if you have any ideas, any extra application that can be used, tools, or whatever, please let me know or write it in the chat box. So yeah, we share our experience together. Perfect. Sama Taris, yeah, is mentioning Grammarly, and yeah, Grammarly is very good grammar checker. And if you go for the paid version of it, it provides you with really more features to use. Thank you, Salma. Yes, Stephanie is mentioning that the process is the same. Yeah, it's because only it's teaching writing. Maybe the content is different when you're teaching children, teens, or adults, but the process is still the same. Okay, great, thank you. Stephanie, you're mentioning something about tools that are also useful for L1 writing. Can you tell us more about that? What do you refer to? If you can unmute yourself and tell us more. Stephanie, hello. Tools to organize ideas. Yeah, I see. Okay, got your point. Yes, exactly. The room for today. Thank you. Well, that was it for today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Yeah, you can just unmute yourself and start asking a question, or raise your hand. And I pick, or write it in the chat box. And for the moment, that would be the ways that you can find me online. And many thanks for you all. You can scan this barcode. You can get all the social media and whatever the ways of communication, and you can reach me through this email. Thank you. If you have any questions, you're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Mahmoud, so much.
Thank you, Ms. Sama, for such an opportunity.
It's been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for helping us with tools. And I personally have added a lot to my list after tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And it's not going to be our last event, inshallah, hopefully.
Inshallah, hopefully.
Thank you, everybody, for attending this event. That was the Professional Writing Special Interest Group of Nile TESOL, the first event this year of a series to come, inshallah. We will be waiting for you for the rest of our events. Please follow and keep following up our Professional Writing Special Interest Group official group on Facebook. And lots to come. We will always be having our events, inshallah, on Fridays at 5 p.m. We'll be waiting for you. If you have any comments, ideas, recommendations to what to be ahead of us, inshallah, if you have ideas that you would like to attend events for, sharing ideas would be very helpful for us to provide you with what you need most. Thank you so much, and see you later, inshallah. Bye.
Bye. See you.